What's up guys, welcome to Palate. My name is Brian and I used to own a gourmet food truck back in the heyday of street food. I've been in the food service industry for over 20 years and have been home cooking for my family for the past 5. My purpose is to help you create fantastic meals in your very own kitchen. Today, I will show you how to prepare luxurious Cabernet Braised beef short ribs. Let's get to it.
Alright guys, here we have about 2 pounds of short ribs. As you can see, there's some lovely marbling on there, which makes for great flavor. There's also some sinew, as you see there, some connective tissue that I will remove. And now I'm just salting and adding also some freshly ground black pepper to season all sides. Now that we've seasoned our short ribs, we add a pot to a hot burner, added some olive oil. Once that's hot, we face down the short ribs to the hot oil and let that sear away. The caramelization from all the sugars being extracted from the meat makes for incredible texture and flavor. And here's my lovely oldest daughter adding some tomato paste to a tablespoon, adding it to the pot. Thank you very much. And now I've sliced in half a head of garlic and added them to the pot. And now we add some red wine. This is Cabernet. Any inexpensive red wine will do. Anything more than, I'd say, $10 is not necessary. And what wine will do is obviously to accent the flavor of your dish as well as the aroma. It's a super rich intensity that is quite noticeable and quite pleasing to the palate. All right, guys, I wish you can smell my kitchen right now. It is filled with such intense aroma. It is amazing. And you know that the cook has added a bottle of red wine to his or her dish. It is quite distinctive and really reminds me of when I used to work in the hills of Palo Alto, where we catered to some of the most affluent communities in Northern California. Now we set it on the bottom rack in a 325 degree oven with the lid on top and leave that in for a good 2 hours and 30 minutes. Look at that, guys. Smells and looks intense, doesn't it? This is what our Cabernet Braised beef short ribs looks like once it's plated. We have a heaping scoop of garlic mashed potatoes, steak flavored sauteed mushrooms, our exquisite spare ribs, that luxurious rich sauce, and to top it off, we garnish with a bit of parsley.
All right guys, so we reached the end of our video and instead of the 2 hours and 30 minutes, I took a look at it and I'm like thinking, okay, maybe I can leave it in for maybe an extra 15 minutes. And that I did. 2 hours and 45 minutes. I knew that the 2 hours and 30 was good and 2 hours and 45 would probably be even better. So that I did, and I was actually quite satisfied with the end result. When I use my tong to take the spare rib out onto my cutting board, I had to make sure that I kept the bone and the rib that's on the bone intact. Otherwise, it could have easily fell off, which is great. I mean, we knew that there was gonna be shrinkage, and we knew that it was going to be tender and slide off the bone with no problem. But for presentation purposes, I'm showing you here, I'm cutting alongside the bone, and it just comes off with really no resistance. And I'm pulling away here with the tongs and the knife, and again, very tender, you can see that. So very pleased with the end product. I would say make sure when you go to your butcher that you get it fresh and you have them cut you the thickest spare ribs. You want more meat on the bone. The searing process I would not skip out on. Make sure that you get those sugars to caramelize and to really crisp up and have that nice brown seared look on the outside. And then contrasting with the nice and juicy, super flavorful in the inside to kind of offset or to complement. Mashed potatoes are always great with any sort of cooked beef. Also, something I did slightly different with my preparation on the mushrooms, I sauteed them, but instead of using garlic, I used the sinew, which as I was sliding off the sinew, along came some of that short rib meat, and I threw that in to give the oil the flavor and for the mushroom to absorb those flavors. So really, you've heard of like portobello steaks. That's basically what it tasted like. So it's not a secret, guys. It's something that definitely you could do and just make something like a mushroom taste super luxurious. After the bed of mashed potatoes, you set your main ingredient, the spare ribs, on top. Then you spread your mushrooms on. After the mushrooms, you ladle the juice onto your beef ribs that you first sieve out the remainings of all those particles, food particles that you don't want, the paper, you know, from the garlic. I would say sieve out, smash through as much as you can the garlic itself, because that's really nice and soft and can sieve right through. Very end, pour the rest of whatever is remaining in your Dutch oven in through a sieve to a bowl and then ladle that on. After that, you have your garnish. Parsley is always great on cooked beef, and just chopping that up roughly and garnishing your dish really looks not only eye-appealing, but really gives a burst of freshness to your dish. So hopefully you guys, you like the video. Very pleased. Hopefully you'll try this at home yourself. It's a super easy concept with very minimal effort, and you'll find the recipe in the description section below. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so. If this is the first time you're watching, I come out with videos every single week. If there's something that you want to see me prepare, see me cook, please let me know what that could be. Maybe something that I'll have an episode for down the road. Thanks for watching another episode of Palate, guys. We'll see you next week. Peace. Out, or as I was tonging out, I should say, back in the heyday of street food, I've been in the food